Good morning, children. This is chapter 7, Death of a Partner. Death of a partner, accounting treatment. Accounting treatment in the case of death is same as in the case of retirement except the following. So almost all treatments are same, just like retirement. Here in the case of death of a partner also, only two things are different. So one among them is the deceased partner's claim is transferred to his executor's account. Usually when a partner is retiring, the amount paid to him, the amount due to him is transferred to his capital account. Now here death of a partner, one of the partner died, so we are transferring the amount due to him to his executor's account. Okay, that is the first difference. Second one, normally the retirement takes place at the end of the accounting period, but the death may occur at any time. Okay, so if it is retirement, usually retirement happens at the end of an accounting year, so it is easy to settle the accounts. But in case of death, we cannot predict anything, it can happen at any time. Hence, the claim of deceased partner shall also include his share of profit or loss. Profit till the date of death, from the last balance sheet till the date of death, what is the profit earned by the firm, so that profit share this deceased partner's executors should get. Then deceased partner's claim also include interest on capital or interest on drawings. If any drawing is there, that partner, from his partner's account we should reduce interest on drawings in any form, the date of last balance sheet to the date of his death. From the last balance sheet to the date of his death, any interest on capital is there, any interest on drawing is there, we should charge all these things in his account. Calculation of profit or loss for the intervening period, that is from the last balance sheet till the date of death of that particular partner. Okay, so it is calculated by any one of the following methods. The first method is on time basis. On time basis, that is the first method. If it is on time basis, in this method proportionally profit for the time period is calculated either on the base of last year's profit or on the base of average profit of last few years, and then deceased profit share is calculated based on the share of, on his share of profit. Okay, so how to calculate if it is on the base of time? Based on last year's profit. Okay, either it may be based on last year's profit or it may be based on last few years average profit. Okay, so if it is based on last year's profit, say for example ABC three partners were there. Last year's they made a profit of 60,000 rupees and their profit sharing ratio is 1:1:1. Now a partner B died and we should find out his profit share till the date of his death. Let's imagine he died after 3 months of last balance sheet. So 20,000. Okay, total profit was 60,000 and B's profit share is 20,000 as it is 1:1:1. This 20,000 into 3 by 12. Okay. 20,000 into, this partner died after 3 months of last balance sheet. Okay, so he was alive for 3 months. So this 20,000 is 1 year's profit. Now we have to find out 3 months profit into 3 by 12. Okay, so total profit was 60,000 and this partner's share is 20,000 and he was alive for 3 months. So we are taking 3 by 12 and this will be, that becomes 5,000. Okay, so that is that is 5,000 and that 5,000 will be his share of profit till the date of death. Okay, so this is the first method of calculating profit or loss of the intervening period. Now let's solve one question. See, this is a question. Raman, Daman and Karan were partners sharing profits in the ratio 3:2:1. Okay, so this is their profit sharing ratio. 3 partners are there. Daman died on 30th June 2020. Okay, so this partner Daman died and his profit share is 2 by 6. He died on 30th June. Okay, accounts are closed on 31st March every year. So 31st March, then 1st April, May, June 30th. So 3 months he was alive, okay, after last balance sheet. He died on 30th June. 3 months he was there in the business. Then Raman and Karan decided to continue the business. Share of profit or loss of the deceased partner from the beginning of the year up to the date of death was to be determined on the basis of last year's profit, which was 3,60,000. Okay. So the Raman and Karan, the continuing partners, they decided to settle Raman's share of profit till the date of death. Okay, after the last balance sheet, from there till the date of death, they were decided to settle the account based on last year's profit, and last year's profit is 3,60,000. Okay, last year they made a total profit of 3,60,000 and Daman's share is 2 by 6. Is it? Raman, Daman, Karan 3:2:1 and Daman's share is 2 by 6. Okay, so 3,60,000 into 2 by 6 is Daman's share of profit, but still he was not there for the full year. Okay, he died on 30th June. So 1st April to 30th June. How many months? April, May, June. June 30th. So we need to count June also. So total 3 months he was there in the business. So 3,60,000 into Daman's share of profit, that is 2 by 6 into 3 by 12. Okay, because he was there in the business for 3 months only. So 3 by 12. So that is the amount of profit Daman is going to get. So journal entry is profit and loss suspense account debtor to Daman's capital account. Okay, so to settle this account, to settle Daman's capital account till his date of death, we are opening a separate account, that is profit and loss suspense account. So journal entry is profit and loss suspense account debtor to Daman's capital account 3,60,000 into 3 by 12 into 2 by 6. That comes 30,000, and narration, Daman's share of profit up to the date of death credited to his capital account. Okay, 3 by 12, he was alive for 3 months, that's why 3 by 12, and 2 by 6, that is Daman's share of profit 2 by 6. Okay, and he is going to get 30,000 rupees as his share of profit till the date of death. His executors are going to get. Okay.